Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, thanks to our good friends over at Articulated Empire, we're taking a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Conan the Barbarian Warpaint Edition. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
For more than 2 years now, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legion, Savage Crucible, Marvel Legends, NECA, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. As with most 1/12 collective figures, on the back we see a nice shot of the figure, all the accessories, and some beautiful photography down at the bottom. And each side of the box features different portraits of the Conan figure. Man, this one right here is pretty wild. Look at the face on that guy. But enough about the package. Let's get him opened up and take a closer look at everything inside. We do get one sheet of instructions here showing you how to swap out the hair and the different head portraits, how to, take the head off to put the necklace on, exactly how to remove the sheath or put the sword scabbard on the belt. That's all explained right there. Nothing on the back. That's it. So let's get into it. And like all Mezco 1/12 collective figures, you do get the really nice, tall, super long Mezco stand, the huge base, and of course that 1/12 collective branded bag so you can store all of your accessories. All right, taking a closer look at all of the accessories, let's start off with that tiny little pendant necklace here. It's very nice, soft, pliable. It's got some really nice paint apps and even a wash on it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this to focus in on this guy for you, but it's so tiny. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks really nice. A cool accessory I just guess I wasn't paying attention to on the back of the package is this guard helmet and severed head, looking particularly gross. But this is really cool. I never really paid attention to how weird these helmets were for the guards in that movie, but it's very nicely weathered. It's got some nice leather paintwork, some washes and dry brushing. Man, it just looks really, really good. Yeah, put this in the accessory of the year category because that's pretty gnarly. Next up, we have two accessories that kind of go together. We have this little tiny little rubbery snake with this black diamond pattern on its back, and then of course once it is straightened out into an arrow, you get both of those. So that's pretty nice. That's always a really cool, nice accessory when you're looking at Conan figures from the ending of the Conan the Barbarian movie. He does have a nice little dagger. It's adequately pointy on the business end. We have a little bit of brown paint. Very simple, but effective. And then of course we have He-Man's. Jesus, He-Man? Goodness. Come on, Mark. I haven't had coffee today, guys. We have Conan's sword here. This is probably my favorite sword in all of 80s fantasy media. It is my all-time favorite design sword. There's just something about it that is beautiful. Mine's got a little bit of a curvature to it, so we're going to heat that up and put some heavy books on it or something to lay it out flat. Some beautiful washes and gold paintwork down here, the brown leather wraps, and then all the inscription right there on the handle, on the blade. Looks super nice. Next up, we have the sheath, which is really, really nice. It's this soft, fur-like material. This isn't, of course, like real leather straps, but, this pleather material, but it's really wrapped and bound in little strips around the bottom. You have a hard plastic sheath here. Only this piece is hard plastic. It wraps around the bottom. The straps crisscross. You have the little loop right here that you put on his belt like the instructions showed. And then, of course, you can, the sword fits in there so nicely. and it fits right up to where it gets wider at the base of the blade, and then there you have it, and that just looks, man, that looks so good. This is a really nice sheath. Very well done. The attention to detail here, maximum effort. We like that right there. Now on him in the package is a very stoic, kind of pensive looking off to the right face. And here we have a more like determined, you can see that he's got his teeth gritted behind his mouth. This is a really nice head sculpt. Eyes looking straight forward, nicely painted. You can see the little keyhole in the top where the hair is going to plug in. Then you have this one, which is the more raging Conan. Eyes, he's got his eyes wide open, teeth bared, looks really nice. Again, there's that keyhole. And then you have the wild kind of bushy, sweeping kind of to the side hair. Some nice wash and dry brushing on there. Looks really cool. On him in the package, it's kind of, his hair is kind of like just sitting down and draping around his shoulders. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute, but there you have the two different hair looks on those two different heads. And then finally we have the hands. They're in like a little case here, so I'll just go ahead and show you these as they are. You get two kind of gripping, grappling hands, like gesturing hands, two splayed out gesturing hands. You get two weapon grabbing hands, two like clawing hands, and then of course that one left hand when it's, completely splayed out to get that one Conan pose that we all love. That pretty much every one of my Conan figures are in on the shelf. And then, and then on him in the package, you get two punchies. All right, here is the Conan figure itself. He does have foot holes for a stand, but the pegs that are in this stand that was made for me are a little small for this figure, so he's not actually pegged onto this base. So I'm going to be a little gentle here. You can see we've got some fur, faux, let's start with the belt, some faux leather, and then faux fur. Then we have these soft goods pants that they look like they have a little bit of airbrushing and spray on the pants to get that muscle definition, to make them look even tighter than they are. Nice plastic, not soft goods, but plastic on the boots. Those look really great. We're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. And then you can see where the belt velcros right there. You can see the punchies on him. This is exactly how he comes out of the package, just wrapped up in plastic. And then this kind of like sort of pensive, like looking off to the right, or looking off to his left head, and then the straight down draping hair. Getting him off the base, taking a closer look here, you can see some of the nice detail in his face. He looks adequately buff. He very much has Arnold's proportions at that time. You have these really nice, sturdy joints, and I like that they're black, and I like that they fall basically within the black paint scheme. So, they're kind of hidden. Get that double bend right there, that double joint right there on the elbows. Looks really nice. It's nice and smooth. Let's try the wild hair on this Conan. Let's put it on him. And that looks really good as well. I'm digging it. Now, with either of the hair pieces, you're only going to look up so far. You take that off, of course, he can look up a little bit further, but actually not much, because you can see there's not a big cutout on the back right here at the back end of his traps. So you don't get a lot of, whether he has the hair on or not, it's not really hindering. It's the cut of the plastic, how the plastic is made. That's going to keep you from having him look up that far, but you can have him look down that far. Arms can go out to the side and hit greater than a T pose. And look at that. You could push it almost to a Y pose. It's looking really good. They can go all the way around. You've got that upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless arms with that really nice smooth elbow joint. The hands are on a ball peg. And a hinge, so you're going to get full range of motion there. Is the gauntlet a separate piece, or is that sculpted? No, that's sculpted on. You have ball joint here at the upper chest. You have waist rotation. Oh, actually the waist is on a ball joint, so you can, that's really cool. So all that together, he can crunch forward that far. He can only lean back that far because the back of this is cut really low. If it was up a little bit higher, you could probably lean back a little bit better. full rotation all over the place. No drop down on the hips. Hey, even with those pants, he can kick all the way out forward. He can go out to the side a good bit. The pants are really soft. They're not hindering at all. And then he can kick back about that far. You do get double jointed knees, which is really good. And even with that big fur part on the boot, you're still getting a really nice bend there. It feels like it's only rotating on the hip, on the cuff. That's where the rotation is. I don't feel a thigh cut right there at all. There's no boot swivel, and then the feet are on a ball joint, so you can move them all the way around, whichever way you want, and that's really nice. How easy is it to swap out the hands? I mean, we just saw how easy it was to pop that hand off. You know, Mezco does a great job of having like soft, pliable hands, you know, so now you can get him in that pose, of course. You know, that classic, even though I don't know if he did that pose in this war paint scene. But yeah, this is, yeah, so nice. I really love, I haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. I kind of glazed over it a little bit. But the paint is beautiful because you can see that the figure was probably cast in like this skin tone, like a peachy skin tone. And then there was some striations and muscle definition sprayed on with a darker peach color, a darker tan. And then the white was lightly sprayed above it so that you do get that layered three-dimensional paint effect of the paint being on top of his skin and spots where his skin would show through, which looks really nice. And then you can tell, you can see here, and the paint continues down underneath the belt to where there's not, I mean, it's very clean. The paint is very clean, and there's definitely straight lines, but it's a little fuzzy on the edges where the paint would have blended together, like in real life. And I really dig that. I think that looks really nice. The boots have a nice fur. The fur sculpt is really good, but you have a wash and a dry brush there, and that same beautiful leather texture on the boots just looks great. So much attention to detail here in the paintwork. It's nothing that we don't come to already know and expect from Mezco. They do a top-notch job with that. The belt is asymmetrical. You have a little extra band going around this side. And then, like we saw in the instructions, if you want to put the sheath on, you just Velcro this, and then you slide it on like that, and then you Velcro it back. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now because I don't know if I want that big sheath on this belt right now. I wish there was an extra strap to where you could put it across his back. I think that would look better for me personally. I mean, I know he carried his sword in both locations, but yeah, I think that's pretty nice. So yeah, why don't we do a few size comparisons with this guy and see if the Arnold Conan stands a little taller than past Mezco Conans. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to bring in a couple of Mezco Conans who I always kind of feel like their Mezco Conans are kind of on the short side compared to other Conans I have in my collection. And boy, I didn't even know that I was slowly building like a Conan tribute shelf. I didn't realize I had so many Conan figures, but I kind of feel like he's right in line. He is perfectly in line with past Conan Mezco releases. So if you're worried about that, if you only keep your toy brands together, then you're going to be super happy because he's right in scale. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that he's going to come in a little bit smaller than other Conans you may have on your shelf, however you decide that you want to display them. So here we have the Conan the Barbarian, the not Conan, legendary barbarian from Mythic Legions, from the Four Horsemen. Here we have the Heroic Signatures. Is that correct? Heroic Signatures, Conan, the Battle of the Blackstone. Here is the Icon Collectibles Frazetta Girls, Conan. I've got some like custom pants that I put on this guy. I just happened to have like some extra black pants, and I thought that would look pretty cool. And you can see he's way shorter than those other Conans. that you would have from those companies possibly. And then here he is next to a custom Conan that I made from a Savage Crucible warrior with ball and chain from the same sort of scene. I believe it was Tim Peake from Savage Crucible's team make this custom, and I was like, dude, that looks so good. And I just happened to get my hands on an extra warrior and ball and chain. I said, I'm doing that. And so, yeah, that's how he stacks up next to like a Savage Crucible. We can't go yet. I forgot I had one more Conan, and that is, well, I have a lot of Super 7 Conans, but I forgot I have the Warpaint edition of their Conan, and I never really paid attention, I guess, to how much this figure does not have white paint on it. It's just literally black paint on the body. Which is really odd to me. I've never really paid much attention to it. I mean, all the details are there, the sheath, the rest of the way his outfit looks, but that's how he stacks up next to a Super 7 Conan. He's still going to stand a little shorter. God, why did my brain never pick up on that this guy did not have white paint? Man, they really skimped out on that, didn't they? Anyway, there you go. Now that's officially how he stacks up against other Conans in your collection. Well, there you have it. There is a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Conan the Barbarian Warpaint Edition Conan. Now, we've seen that they do have like the Pit Fighter Conan coming. I'm not really looking forward to that one. I think that's kind of like a weird look for me. Like it's just not one of my favorite looks of Conan. But if they made just like a base Conan without the war paint, just sweaty Arnold running around, killing people with his sword, that's the Conan for me, and that's the one that I'm holding out for. That's the one I'm waiting on. Can't wait for that to be released. Will we see Conan the Destroyer figures? I don't know. It seems like every company kind of shies away from that movie. There's got to be something up with the rights to that film, because that's got to be the reason people are not diving in and making figures of that movie. But I absolutely love this release. The paint apps are amazing. The soft goods are great. The number of accessories, everything he comes with, I think it's totally worth the purchase. And if you're looking to pick this up, the link is down below. Go and get yours today from articulatedempire.com from my good friend Steve. He is going to make sure that your package, unless he's traveling on the road for a toy show, your package will go out the very next day. It's going to be super well packaged. It's going to be safe and secure, and you get free shipping over $75 and no tax unless you live in the state of Illinois. So definitely pick yours up today. He is in stock. Steve has them if you're watching this close to the time that this figure was, this review went up. So you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this figure? Is it one that you're looking forward to getting, or you're on the fence on, or did I change your mind about this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.